Hello everyone, welcome to Ignition.
Hello, and today we're going to look at the results from the oil test on my new Fiat Panda. If you've been following it, I bought a new Fiat Panda 4x4 3 months ago.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months now.
Sorry if I'm sitting to one side, but Puss has joined me, Reg, as he's now called.
Yeah.
Reg is sitting on the seat, so he's clawing me to one side, and I do apologise about all the fur, but I was offered a cuddle and I couldn't say no.
You can't resist a cuddle, can you?
No. So, Reg and I are looking at this, and it doesn't mean a lot to us.
I was going to say, I've got it in front of me, but I'm a little bit, thick to read this.
Well, what it's got is, we'll put it up here. We'll try and do it so it's downloadable somewhere. I'll put it on Facebook.
A good idea, yes.
And then you could download it if you're interested, and you may understand it more than we do, but it's here behind us. And the gist of it is that on one side we've got the debris and parts per million, the warning limits, and where the Fiat falls in. Now, we did it for two reasons. One, it's a brand new vehicle, and it's nice to know what your vehicle's got in it from new, and because the service limits are so far, this doesn't need the oil change for...
I think it's a Portugal thing. I'm not sure if it's... Is it not a Portugal thing?
No, it's an everything thing. It's definitely...
Oh, because I thought... Because we got my mum's car, which is a Volkswagen Tcross, and how many miles was that? Kilometres?
20,000 kilometres or 2 years.
Yeah, for the first oil change. I mean, that's mental.
And mine is 15,000 kilometres or 1 year.
Yes.
But going back to what we said, if you haven't watched us change the oil on the Panda, so I am going to repeat myself. In my day, you would buy a new car, going back a while, but the company I worked for, one of the jobs I did was buy cars. So you buy a car, and within 500 to 1,000 miles, the dealer would take it back in, take the oil and the filter out, put new in, and away you go. And then they were lower limits.
Yes.
And to me, I didn't like the fact that the cars, like you've just said, seems mad. But we changed Mum's Tcross after 7,000 ourselves, and the oil was black. And that is the oil out of my Panda at 1,600 kilometres, was it from memory?
It wasn't much at all.
It was. We were going to do it 1,000, but we
black.
We were going to do it 1,000, but we had a difficulty with the test kit. So this test kit came from the oil analysis laboratory, which we'll put it's tellab.ie, so it's tellab.ie, and they've been nothing short of fantastically helpful. So we'll put a link in there, so if you want any testing done, they've been really good with us.
Yes, they're very efficient, aren't they?
They certainly didn't do it for free. It cost us a few bob to get this done, mainly down to the postage, nothing to do with them. But also, a chap there called Ashley was very helpful, because one of the things you'll notice, and I picked up, was it says diesel up there. So I was a bit concerned that some of the readings may be wrong, but if I read you a couple of bits of what he's put, it's mildly interesting. So he's put, yes, we were aware that the vehicle in question was petrol. Just all our reports are set up for diesels because very few people get petrol tested. In truth, from an oil analysis point of view, there's very little difference between them. You will just get some soot and overfueling in diesels. One thing to say, you may notice that the viscosity at 100 degrees has been flagged on your vehicle.
Yes.
It's just because the oils used by diesels are X times W40s, and the limits are set accordingly. Your oil is a 0W30 and the viscosity is lower, so that's why you've got a flag.
Okay.
Which I do think they should have changed that.
Yeah, I think so.
With being honest, because
you shouldn't flag something that isn't flagged.
No, and if I hadn't emailed him,
you wouldn't have known.
I wouldn't have known that. So that's my, everyone's got a criticism. They have been extremely helpful, and they got the test done very quickly because we'd waited quite a long time for someone else.
Yes.
But
because here it's saying, for, like you say, the viscosity, it's saying it should be between 12.4 4 and 16.4, and we're obviously in 8.8,
Yes.
but which is normal for our engine.
Yes.
But it's just because it's not a diesel.
And he has put, your vehicle looks in very good shape. Bloody should do for a new one, shouldn't
Yes. It literally was a few weeks old when this was sent
Yes,
away.
it literally was just a couple of weeks old when we sent this off. Now, the other thing that it does show is that because the engine's new, when they build, obviously, a new engine, they use greases, cutting in compounds, all sorts of things are on the metal as the engine gets built, because they can't slide the pistons in with no lubrication. No. It's not oil. It's not the oil that would be in the vehicle. No. It will be grease and crud. So to me, do I want to run around with that crud in for 15,000 kilometres?
And it's not only the crud, it's also the engine's obviously being bedded in.
Yeah.
So there will be small metal filings, wear.
Yeah, microscopic filings, but they're going to be there.
They will be there.
So nothing is shown up as being an issue.
No.
But there are bits and pieces, and one of the things that he did mention is that, because obviously, you know, we know nothing about it. This doesn't mean really a lot to us at all. But one of the things he mentioned was, well, because of the additives that are in a brand new vehicle, that is high, this is high. And some of these ones that are a little bit higher are because of the build greases in the engine.
Right.
So why we're doing this is, I think that if you have treated yourself to a brand new vehicle and you own it, and specifically if you're going to keep it more than 3 years, when you bed a brand new vehicle, I would get the oil changed. Now, you did a video changing Mum's Tcross where you used a little pump.
Yes.
And I think we tagged it as you could change the oil in a tuxedo because it was so easy, wasn't it?
I mean, we got that pump, it was about €15, and you just take your dipstick out, shove the tube in, it sucks it all out on its own, don't even have to pump it yourself, and then you put your new oil in. I mean, it is that easy.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry really about the filter. They're saying the filter will last for 20,000, so okay, it's going to collect crud.
Yes.
But the oil that came out of the Tcross
was terrible.
Was black. Yeah. And we've now run that for over a year. And we kept checking the oil because we're paranoid like that.
Yes.
And it remained golden, didn't it? For
a long time. Yeah.
And it's literally just been serviced. So that definitely tells us that rather than have that in your vehicle, it should.
I mean, this is an extreme case because they were saying use that for another 15 times what we.
Yeah.
I mean,
so we're now at over 5,000 kilometres in the Panda. And a lot of that is. We've just done some off-roading and it's going to be hot. We were doing it in 40 degrees. Up and down.
We must have done nearly 1,000 of those kilometres just
off-road,
first gear off-road.
So the Panda is taking a serious. I mean, really, one of the things which we probably shouldn't be discussing it on film, but I meant to mention to you, we probably should really change the diff oil and the gearbox oil. Yeah. So we'll look into that
in the future.
But as you can see, this is in my olive oil bottle.
Yes.
I've got another olive oil bottle waiting, which when we change the oil, I'm going to keep them and see what the colours look like. So the next one will be 7,000. Okay. Which is in another 2, and for our own interest, whether you want to see that or not, it's another matter, but I'm going to be keeping the oils for a laugh. Oh, you're not leaving me, Reg.
Reg. Oh, he's hot.
He's too hot.
He's on the floor now.
Now get rid of his fur, and I'll chill out. Oh yeah,
he's chilling out more than we are.
He's right chilled out down there.
But just in case you're wondering why it's in an olive oil jar, my dad's been collecting olive oil jars recently.
Because we eat a lot of olive oil.
We have a nice lot of olive oil, but yes.
So there we are. So if you want a copy of that, I'm more than happy to, if you email me, I'm more than happy to send you that if you've got any remote interest. But the oil is a 0W30. 30. So it's a very, very expensive oil.
Cool, yeah.
And one of the things that I found out, and I can't remember who told me, I think it was somebody on Facebook, is that it's a 2-cylinder, my Panda, and the top part of the engine has the oil sprayed, sort of, I'm not saying sprayed into it, circulated through little holes. So any crud you get in there, it's going to fill very quickly.
Much more liable to block.
So this engine it loves new oil. So we're going to be changing the oil in this one every 5,000, I think. So we'll do 2 changes ourselves, and then it'll go into the dealer for their main. So it's going to be main dealer serviced. But I think that this tells us, for a first off brand new vehicle, you should change your oil fairly quickly.
But that told us more, in my opinion, than that.
Yes, this doesn't tell us a lot.
But that tells you all you need to know. That's 1,000 kilometres on a new engine.
So what we are going to do is, next week we've got to do a interim service on your Mitsubishi.
Yes.
And it's giving us a bit of jip at the moment.
It is, yeah.
So 2 planks like us are going to try and solve it. But we are going to do an oil change, and I'm sending that off because I bought 2 kits at the same time, and I think that will have a lot more interest to us.
Yes.
Because there may be something a little bit more going on with your car, because it's done 250,000 kilometres.
Yes.
So we'll probably post the information of that up, but we fancy to sit in the chair, we fancy to cuddle with Puss.
And a cup of coffee.
And a lovely cup of iced
lattes.
Iced lattes. We have very nice too. It's a tough job in Portugal, isn't it?
It's a tough job.
So if you haven't subscribed, we've now started to do some off-roading. And we'll put a little clip here.
Yeah, put a video of you doing something, pooping your pants.
Yeah, and old Pete Panda is now starting to get...
Scrabbling around.
Oh, he's scrabbling around, and we're loving it. So there won't be many in the chair, because we want to be outside in the sun. So hopefully this was interesting. Yep. Probably wasn't, because we didn't tell you anything, but we only apologise because we're stupid and we don't want to give you false information.
Yes.
But if you want to download, if you want a copy of that, if you let me know and give me an email address on Facebook, private message us, we're quite happy to send that to you.
We are, so... Oh, we've gone out of focus. Why are we going to... You holding the paper got us out of focus there.
Oh, you don't want to...
No, you don't want to miss this beautiful beard. Look at that.
Yeah, it's starting to come on, isn't it?
Yeah,
hey, ladies, hey.
Yeah. Anyway, like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
And Puss will see you in another one.
Thank you.